some exercises you can do to stabilize your knees. It's very important, especially for walkers and runners, to make sure that your knees are protected. I have lots of people in my yoga classes that have knee issues, and I always try to do a little bit of knee strengthening exercises to make sure that their knees are nice and strong and protected, and so that whatever they do, their knees don't wind up hurting them. So I'm going to show you a couple of little things. The first one I like to do is just leaning against a wall. So try to slide back to a wall. You can slide your mat back, or you can be off your mat. It doesn't matter. The wall is helpful. You don't have to be against the wall. You can just be sitting up nice and tall with your hands down by your sides. But the wall helps make it a little bit easier, especially if this is their first time doing these, because they're a lot harder than they're going to look. Hands are just going to rest down by your sides. I want you to bring your shoulders down and back and stretch up nice and tall. We're going to flex our right foot, and all we're going to do is lift and lower that leg. It's not going to be a huge move to start. It'll get bigger. It'll be a bigger move the more you work it, the stronger it gets. So start out thinking small, a couple inches off of the mat. So stretching up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, keep your tummy a little engaged. We're just going to lift and lower that right leg. Keep it straight. Here we go. Flexed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll do 10, 8, and we'll rest, 9, and 10. Good, take a break. So if that was super hard for you, if you couldn't even get your leg off of the floor, you can roll up a towel and put it under the knee and just lift the bottom half of your leg to start. Just a tiny little move again, and then as it gets stronger, you can graduate to just lifting the whole leg. As you're doing these, try not to tap the leg back down, but if you need to rest it in between, you can rest it down. It feels very heavy at first, but again, it will get better the stronger it gets. What this does is it deactivates the rectus femoris, so that big muscle that does all the work. So it doesn't deactivate it, but it doesn't allow it to do as much work. It makes the smaller muscles of the quads that make up the quads do most of the work, and they help stabilize your kneecaps, so it's important to strengthen them. All right, we're going to point the right toe. We're going to do the same thing, 10 more on that right side. Lift and lower. 1, try not to touch it down. 2, 3, my legs are heavy shaking. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Rest, shake that leg out. You can see I can't get a huge move there either, so don't worry about trying to get it super high. Just start little and it'll get better and better. All right, so we're going to do the other side. So left foot flex, we're going to lift and lower for 10. Keep the foot flexed, tiny move. Here we go. 1, this leg is stronger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Shake that out a little bit. Now we're going to point the left toe, lift and lower for 10 more. Ready? Here we go. Nice and strong. 10, nice and smooth. 9, try not to jerk. 8, 7, try not to touch down. 6, but if you need to, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Flex the feet. Inhale those arms up while you stretch up nice and straight. And then exhale, let's just fold over the legs. So stay nice and long with the spine. Hinge from your hips first, and then fold your upper body over. We'll stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. Drop your forehead down towards your knees. And send your breath to the backs of the legs, letting everything soften and relax a little bit. Not forcing anything. Don't use your hands to force yourself down. Just go down nice and slow. Let your breath soften the legs. Inhale again, exhale, so you can get a little closer. You may not, that's okay. Just breathe. Inhale one more time, exhale, go a little bit deeper. Good, and then we're going to walk those hands back. I'm going to show you one other thing. We're going to do a wall sit, which I'm sure you may probably have already seen. Another good one to strengthen the knee and the quads. So we're going to walk it down. You're going to come to the wall and slide down. Hopefully I didn't get cut out just then, but I might have, that's all right. We're going to walk it down. You're going to make sure your knees are over your ankles, so you're not like this. The feet have to be out in front. Then you sink down. Now you might have to stay here, modify it a little bit. If you can lower it down to where you're at 90, go for it. And then you're just going to time yourself. You're going to try to hold for 30 seconds. If 30 is too much, start with 10, work up to 20, eventually work to 30, and then eventually a minute. So you can feel those quads kick in, and this is working all of them, but it's still good. It really strengthens the knees. Relax your shoulders. And just breathe. Imagine you're just sort of hanging out here. So again, hold it for as long as you can. Gradually build up, and that'll really strengthen the knees. And it's really sort of isometric ways to do this, so it's not a lot of hopping around, causing more damage before you build the strength. Okay, I'm going to come out, use your hands to come out, your arm strength, so you don't use all back to come up. Beautiful. Come back down. Sit a little bit in between those legs, just gently, again, watching the knees. If this hurts your knees, you can grab a block, or you can just sit right down, and that might even be too hard on your quads, just to stretch them out a tiny little bit. So whatever way works best for you, I can go in between without hurting my knees a little bit. Excellent, just stretch them out a tiny little bit after you do those wall sits. So that will really help strengthen your knees. Try to do that 3 to 4 times a week if you can. Do the 2 sets of 10 on each side. If you do it, you can repeat it a couple times if you want, you know, whatever your schedule allows. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I will see you next time. Namaste.